Eclectes 5:4, when thou vowest a vow unto Yahweh. I see, and that's the thing, I don't want to blaspheme his name no more, because I know what his real name is. John 17, verse 6. His son manifests his father's name to the men, which his father gave him before all creation of the world. And, hold up, I want to show you. No, never mind. There's a face in my head, though. I'll show you. Defer not to pay it. Because he saved my life many times, and I gotta tell people what he did for me. He let me know who wisdom is, and that's the moon. And by wisdom is better than weapons of war. But one sinner destroyeth much good. If you get to a chance to live, and tell the tale, you can save a lot of lives. Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish king, who will no more be admonished. Meaning, taught. Chronicles 22:19. Now say your heart and your soul to seek Yahweh your God. Is not Yahweh your God with you, and hath he not given you rest on every side? I'm pretty sure that's what this says. Rest on every side, yeah. For he hath given the inhabitants of the land into my hand, and the land is subdued before the Yahweh, before his people. Matthew 25:6. At midnight, and this will happen to me at midnight, and it was midnight. There was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh. And let me find a precept for that. Eclecticus is out of the Apocrypha, the hidden books in the Bible, 15:2. And as a mother shall meet him and receive him as a wife married of, meet for him, receive him as a wife married of a virgin. With the bread of understanding shall she feed him, and give him the water of wisdom to drink. The voice of the Most High God, Yahweh, is a breath. I'm going to pull up as many precepts as possible. He shall be stayed upon her, and shall not be moved, and shall rely upon her, and shall not be confounded. She shall exalt him above his neighbors, meaning everybody in this truth, and not in this truth. In the midst of the congregation shall she open his mouth. He shall find joy in a crown of gladness, and she shall cause him to inherit the everlasting name. But foolish men shall not attain unto her, and sinners shall not see her. For she is far from pride, and men that are liars cannot remember her. Praise is not seemly in the mouth of a sinner, for it was not sent him of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. For the praise shall be uttered in wisdom, and Yahweh by Shem Yahushai will prosper it. So like as you're teaching, the wisdom's going to pour out of your mouth, Say not thou, it is through Yahweh by Shem Yahushai that I fell away. For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hated, because you do things that he hates, and what he doesn't condone in, you're moving farther and farther into your own darkness, which Satan is drawing you away from your own lust and your desires. That's why we fight the flesh, with the spirit. He himself made man from the beginning, left him in the hand of his counsel. If thou wilt to keep the commandments and perform acceptable faithfulness, he has set fire and water before thee. I had a dream about I had fire in the left hand, water out my right. Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt. Before man is life and death. Water just a just balance, y'all. Water and life. Water and fire. And whether him liken shall be given. For the wisdom of Yahweh is great, and he is mighty in power, and withholdeth all things, and his eyes are upon them that fear him, and he knoweth every work of man. He hath commanded no man to do wickedly, neither hath he given any man license to sin. Especially, the elect, because he's watching over every one of us. Talking about the moon, Eclecticus 14:20. Blessed is the man that doeth meditate good things in wisdom, and that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding. That he that considereth her ways and his heart shall also have understanding in her secrets. Go after her as one that traiteth, and lie and waits in her ways. He that prieth at her windows shall also hearken at her doors. He that doeth lodge near her house shall also fasten a pin in her walls. He shall pitch his tent nigh unto her. He shall lodge in a lodging where good things are. He shall set his children under her shelter, and her wings. Understanding, that's standing, forever standing, and shall lodge under her branches. By her shall he be covered from heat, and in her glory shall he dwell. And this is just bringing out Acts 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaids I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy, and I will shoot wonders in heavens above, and the signs of earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke, and the sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood there before that great and noble day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whoever shall call on the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shall be saved. I heard these names in my dream, you guys. John 17 verse 6. I'm going to go pull it up real quick. Red lettering is very important because it's his son speaking, the Savior. I have manifest thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. These are the first believers, saying, Revelation 7:3, saying, heard not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. They were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. These are so-called blacks: Judah, Reuben, Gad is Native Americans. He was basically spiritual. It's spiritual because Gad was basically wiped out, but he's still here today. His children, and they shall overcome in the last. That's their blessing. The blessing of Judah is to hear the Most High's voice, and that's I heard His voice, So that's how I know I'm a tribe Judah, the lawgiver. Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, in every country of the world. But these are the bloodlines and the genealogy of His chosen, sealed bloodline. Psalms 18 and 14. When the moon, actually I'll start at 13. When the moon, I seen like a spark underneath the moon. He sent out his arrows and scattered them, and he shot out lightnings and discomfited them. Then the channels of the waters were seen. That's what I seen. And the foundations of the world were discovered at thy rebuke, O Yahweh, at the blast of thy nostrils, at the breath of thy nostrils. So let's go and pull up the breath, because the book, the wisdom, is the breath of the Most High. I'll just show you guys. Put in the breath, and this is the coordinates, but on the phone, King James Version. Psalms 33 and 6. By the word of Yahweh were the heavens made, and all the host of them by the breath of his mouth. So everybody was made by his breath, every living thing. By the Job 37 and 10, by the breath of Yahweh frost is given, and the breadth of the waters is straightened. The ungodly, Job 4 and 9, by the blast of Yahweh they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. I seen the so-called Ufos, they saved me, and it was by the blast of his breath. They were quick. It was like a blast, Wisdom, she talked to me, and this is very important. I hope you listen. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 25, for she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, and a pure influence from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. That's what happened to me, So you can't talk to the Most High until